The next chapter talks about the real-time response to combined intelligence, and we will begin with the real-time, big data, and analytics. The pace of business and other organizational activity continues to accelerate, such that the organizations must now react faster and more frequently due to the customer interactions, service level agreements, operational commitments, competitive pressure, and other time-sensitive issues. With the real-time technologies maturing and proliferating, organizations must now evaluate the numerous options they need for the real-time delivery, access, and analysis of information if they are to reduce or eliminate business latency. One of the insights is that most organizations need multiple solutions to have real-time data, business intelligence, and analytics. Two reasons stand out here. The first one is real-time has many meanings. As with most IT disciplines, real-time solutions should be designed to safety business requirements. This led to tremendous diversity because business processes have different requirements for the freshness of information, and hence various requirements for how fast and frequently data should be fetched, processed, and delivered. The cache is various technologies available today for the real-time data, BI, and analytics has unique characteristics for performance, data types, interference, and processing strength. Most organizations need multiple real-time technologies to satisfy the diverse speed and data content of real-time business processes. Another reason is data travel across many software systems. Even a basic technology stack for BI, data warehousing, and analytics will include multiple tool and platform types such as those for databases, data integration, reporting, and analytics. When data must travel in real time across these, each tool and platform needs some kind of real-time capability. Otherwise, one link in the chain becomes a bottleneck that hinders the level of real-time desired. Now the next chapter is real-time business intelligence. Real-time business intelligence is one of the first steps towards the digitalization of business. But what does real-time or right-time business intelligence really mean? And what does it entail? Real-time data collection. Real-time timeliness in business intelligence starts with the timely collection of the inputs to the business intelligence processes. Of course, not all inputs need to be collected in the real time. For reference information like product catalogs, customer details, batch processing remains perfectly suitable. However, certain data points need to be updated much more often in order to have an impact on operations. Depending on the type of business, this may include customer order, geolocalization of data, website action, financial transactions, etc. This requires that job used to collect and transform data from the sources be modified to support faster data velocity. If for your business, the right time upload of customer transactions means they must be processed every 5 minutes, you should be able to use traditional high performance batch ETL technology with jobs running frequently on smaller data sets. If, however, you must collect geolocalization information within 10-second maximum lag, then streaming or messaging technology will become a requirement. Another step is of real-time processing. Beyond the technical challenge of running smaller, faster batches and streaming technology, the major difficulty of real-time business intelligence resides is the differences in velocity between the different types and the sources of data. Because not all data enters the data warehouse at the same time, and because it is not refreshed at the same frequency, updating the data analysis and reference structures becoming a challenge. With the requirement for real-time processing, reports, graphs, and other inputs often need to be refreshed on demand. Not every data set can be pre-calculated, and drill-down requests from users are expected to run much faster than what is usually the case. Another challenge real-time timeliness brings is the instability of the data set between the moment a report is produced and the moment a drill-down request is made. The underlying data may be updated, rendering the two outputs inconsistent. The another step is of the real-time insight availability. Unlike reports-based business intelligence where predefined reports, graphs, and charts are produced and published at a predefined time intervals, real-time business intelligence makes its output available on demand. Users, but even more often programs and applications need to be able to request specific information by making calls to the business intelligence platforms. Historically, built on the Kubernetes service-oriented architecture and using SOAP web services, most platforms evolved towards a REST architecture style. Web APIs running over a standard web infrastructure that evoke platform-side programs and routines and return their output to be consumed by the requesting application. And finally, we have the real-time use of insight. Of course, the key to success is real-time business intelligence is not the underlying technology, but how the resulting insight will be used. Reports and the graphs, the traditional insight provided by business intelligence and consumed in the boardroom is suddenly a lot less relevant. Of course, they remain essential to measure the performance of the business. But the individual most impacted by this new, faster insight are the knowledge workers, and the people in this field will be able to either make faster and more informed decisions. For example, the truck driver who gets rerouted to collect a shipment from a tier 1 client, the manufacturing line manager who places a resupply order based on the real-time order information. Real-time importance and challenges. We are going to understand this chapter with the help of certain statements by most experienced people of the industry. And they are: to react immediately to the customer needs, differentiate from the competition, and to increase customer loyalty, maximizing the customer experience. Anticipation or early identification of problem rather than waiting on the 24-hour cycle refresh. Change in demand affect operations in real time. It enables monitoring and management of business performance on a real-time basis, allowing business users to effect changes and make informed decisions in a timely manner. Marketing automation create automated workflows for email campaigns based on action of consumers. As a manager of quality assurance, we need real-time data and analytics to assess the state of the product and make release management decisions. Competitive environment requires innovation and deep customer understanding. The top reason is for the trading desk is to be able to act quickly. It's also important for sales and the IT monitoring. So from these certain facts, you yourself would be able to analyze whether the real data, BI and analytics is important for your organization or not. Real-time data processing challenges. Real-time data processing challenges are very complex. As we all know, big data is commonly categorized into volume, velocity, variety and the veracity of data. And Hadoop-like system handles the volume and the variety part of it. Along with it, volume and variety, the real-time system needs to handle the velocity of the data set as well. And handling the velocity of big data is not an easy task. The very first, the system should be able to collect data generated by the real-time event stream coming in at a rate of millions of events per second. Another challenge, it needs to handle the parallel processing of this data as and when it is being collected. The third challenge, it should perform event correlation using a complex event processing engine to extract the meaningful information from this moving stream. These are 3 steps should happen in a fault tolerant and distributed way. The real-time system should be a low latency system so that the computation can happen very fast with the near real-time capabilities. The next we have is a real-time big data analytics use case. We will be discussing certain use case in this chapter. Many big data pioneers don't have to reveal how they are implementing Hadoop and related technologies for fear that doing so might eliminate a competitive advantage. Certainly, the market for Hadoop and NoSQL software and services is growing rapidly. An open source research from Wikibon, for instance, forecasts an annual big data software growth at a rate of 45% through 2017. Hadoop gave us a taste of the types of insights big data analytics can deliver, and they provided a competitive advantage to early adopters. But as data volume grow, as the time to insight window shrinks, and the technology continues to improve, the companies who wish to remain competitive will have no choice but to adopt real-time analytics. Now we discuss the 5 use cases for real-time analytics which are very popular. The very first one is a 360-degree view of your customer. This use is of most popular according to an industry expert. Online retailers want to find out what shoppers are doing on their website, what pages they visit, where they linger, how long they stay, and when they leave. That's all unstructured clickstream data set by an industry expert. Pentaho takes that and blend it with the transaction data, which is very structured data that sits in our customer ERP system that says what the customer actually bought. A third big source, social media sentiment, also is tossed into the mix providing the desired 360-degree view of the customer. So when retailers make target offers directly to their customers, they not only know what the customer bought in the past, but also what the customer behavior pattern is, as well as sentiment analysis from the social media. Another use case is Internet of Things. The second most popular use case involves IoT connected devices managed by the hardware sensor and the information security companies. These devices are sitting in their customer's environment and they phone home with the information about the use, health, or the security of the device. Storage manufacturer NetApp, for instance, uses Pentaho software to collect and organize 10 of millions of a message a week that arrive from the NetApp devices deployed at its customer site. This unstructured machine data is then structured, put into Hadoop, and then pulled out for the analysis by the NetApp. Another use case is of data warehouse optimization. This is an IT efficiency play. A large company hoping to boost the efficiency of its enterprise data warehouse will look for unstructured or active archive data that might be stored more cost effectively on a Hadoop platform. It helps customers determine what data is better suited for a lower cost computing platform. Another use case is of big data service refinery. This means using big data technologies to break down silos across data stores and sources to increase corporate efficiency. A large global financial institution, for instance, wanted to move from next day to the same day balance reporting to its corporate banking customer. It brought in Pentaho to take data from multiple sources processes and store it in the Hadoop and then pull it again. This allowed the banking marketing department to examine the data more on an intraday than a longer frequency basis. It was about driving an efficiency gain that they couldn't get with their existing relational data infrastructure. They needed big data technologies to collect information and change the business processes. Another use case is of information security. This last use case involves large enterprises with sophisticated information security architecture, as well as security vendors looking for more efficient ways to store petabytes of event or machine data. In the past, the companies would store this information in relational database. These traditional systems weren't scaling, both from a performance and cost standpoint. Adding that, Hadoop is a better option for storing machine data. Here we take end of our chapter and we will move on to the big data opportunities now.